All right, everybody, welcome back to this is a movie review. It's been a while since I've done with these because it's been a while since I've actually seen any movies. I guess that's not entirely true, but for the most part it is. But I just got back from seeing The Batman. And let me just say, I went in really excited to see it. And let me just say that afterwards, I was pretty disappointed with it. I didn't think it was that great. Of course, we're all gonna compare it to The Dark Knight, which I was seeing some people saying that it was better than The Dark Knight, which hell no, it wasn't. Not even close. Not even remotely close. I would say, and obviously there's plans to make more The Batman movies, but I would say this is the Batman Begins of that trilogy. Because in all honesty, nobody really talks about Batman Begins. It's like it's always The Dark Knight. Sometimes they'll talk about Dark Knight Rises, but it's always The Dark Knight. That is that set the Batman for future things. So people were like, is it going to be better than the Dark Knight? It's going to have the guy from Twilight in it, which I didn't really care either way. I know he was a good. I haven't seen anything else he's been in. I think I saw maybe I saw two of them. I feel like I saw the first two movies. And honestly, I didn't think they were that bad, but I probably should finish those movies. But people were like, oh, and that's all they knew him from. They hadn't seen him in Good Times, or it's either Good Time or Good Times, which was kind of funny. I don't know if that was kind of a nod to his previous movie of his, but there was in the movie there was a place called Good Times Grocery or Diner, or I don't even remember I don't even know exactly what it was, but I just remember seeing Good Times and I was like thinking, I wonder if that's a nod to one of his to a previous movie he was in, and maybe it had nothing to do with that, but it's just like I saw that and I was like, But yeah, I honestly have never seen any other movies he's been in besides the Twilight movies. But yeah, there's Good Times, either Good Time or Good Times. I think it's Good Time. And then there's The Lighthouse. He's in all kinds of stuff. It's just I just have not seen anything else he's been in. And I was hoping they'd kind of get away from that stupid shit where they go, I'm the Batman. But he has that stupid gravelly voice when he has his mask on. I was like, what the... I suppose he does that to maybe confuse people and go, oh, that's not Bruce Wayne. But it's like, just because his face is covered, or, his eyes, or, well, whatever, this part of his face, you can see his eyes, but you see most of his mouth. I feel like you could tell who that is just by, like, I don't know. Because, like, when people, with COVID and everything, when people were in masks and stuff, people definitely looked different when you couldn't see their face. I would say it might be easier to not tell who somebody is by covering their mouth part of their face versus this top of their face. I don't know. That's kind of like freaking Superman wearing glasses. Like, oh, he puts glasses on. Oh, he's not Superman. It's like, what? Oh, that's Clark Kent, the guy who's got glasses on, but if he doesn't have glasses on, that's Superman. That's literally the worst costume there is. He puts glasses on, he's not Superman. Okay, whatever. So, But yeah, just the movie was long, drawn out. Even I was gonna say I don't know exactly the runtime of the Dark Knight versus the Batman, but it's probably a good. Alexa, what's the runtime of the Dark Knight?
The Dark Knight is 2 hours and 32 minutes long.
2 hours and 32, and I think the Batman was like 2 hours and 54. Alexa, how long is the Batman?
The Batman is 2 hours and 56 minutes long.
2 hours and 56. They say what, 232? So basically another 20 minutes of movie. But honestly, that extra 20 minutes, honestly, when the Dark Knight was over, you're like, wow, that was wow. When this movie was over, it was like, finally, that was fucking boring. It is a boring ass movie. You know, there's a couple cool fight scenes. The cinematics, the cinematography is top notch. That's good stuff. I think I would honestly hate to live there because it was always raining. Always raining. It's like, and then like the ending of the movie, there's like this big flood. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was literally always flooding because it's always raining. It's like, does the place never stop raining? There was like, I would say out of the 2 hours and 56 minute runtime of the movie, it was probably raining for 2 hours and 50 minutes of the movie. It's like, oh my God, does it ever stop raining? It's ridiculous. And the fight scenes, people were kind of saying they were kind of comparing it to the Arkham Knight game or the Arkham games. I didn't really see that. And it was kind of, I want to say it was set in like modern times, but it was kind of hard to tell because it's supposed to be kind of a younger Batman, but it's I think it's kind of confused at what setting it wants to be in because it's like it's the beginning of the Penguin and stuff, but yet they have this modern technology, like stuff that they would have in 2022, but it's like I don't even know when the hell it's set. It's never established. If I look it up, I could maybe figure it out, but it's like it's hard to tell when it's set in because it's kind of the beginning of big major Batman villains, and it's like, okay, and at the end, it's not established that it's the Joker, but this guy starts laughing, cackling like the Joker. So you're like, okay, that guy must be the Joker. But it's like the very beginning of these characters. So it's like a Batman origin story, but yet it's set in like a modern time. It's very confusing. That's what's weird about it. It's like it's trying to be like set in today's time, but the beginning of Batman's origin story. So it's very strange. I'm gonna watch some videos, some like did you miss it stuff? It maybe that kind of will bring me back, kind of bring me more into it. But that's the whole thing. I was thinking, I'm like, when is this even set? Because it's like the beginning of these characters, but yet it's and as far as I know, I guess I don't even know. I don't even know if Gordon was a commissioner or not. I feel like there was somebody higher than him. So maybe he wasn't the commissioner yet, but it's just the fact that they've got like modern technology. It's hard to pinpoint of when it's supposed to be set in. So, but yeah, I think it's a one-time watch. I don't think I would watch it again because it's The Dark Knight. I love that movie. I could put that on and watch it, no issues. This, I don't even know if I'd want to watch it again. I'd maybe watch it one more time, and I have a feeling they'll maybe do an extended version. Extended version, Jesus Christ! Just imagine that. And I haven't seen that 4-hour freaking Justice League yet, but honestly, if I had to pick between Justice League and the Batman, I would honestly say Justice League. People, let me know in the comments, but Justice League, I don't know. Even though Justice League wasn't really that great either, it was better. I don't know. That's I almost kind of feel bad saying that, but I don't know. I really went in with really, really high hopes for this movie, but I didn't think it was. I just did not think it was that great. There were some cool scenes. There was really a cool particular chase scene with the Penguin, and shit blowing up, and the freaking Batmobile flying through some flames. That was pretty fucking badass. That was the most badass part of the movie. But other than that, it just fell flat for me. And to start out with the Riddler as the villain of the movie, I think it needed to be cut down. I don't know exactly what they could really cut out because I'm not like a film editor, but it really seemed to just drag on for too long. But his costume was good too. Like he didn't have some lame ass bat or like Spider-Man Homecoming suit where he just literally made it, and then Iron Man comes and gives him this badass suit. He already has a pretty cool suit. Like, you can get shot with a shotgun and survive through that and whatever. So his stuff is already top of the line. And well, I guess I would say time frame. It's got to be set in modern times because they're talking about Thomas Wayne in like a 2001 mayor campaign ad. So, and he must have died in 2002. So it's like, yeah, now that I think back to that, yeah, it's like it must be set in modern times, but it's still a Batman origin story, which is like, okay, but I guess that's kind of technically the same thing that Spider-Man did. In all honesty, and I freaking loved Homecoming. So, but it wasn't a freaking long, drawn out, boring ass movie. It was a good movie. I'm trying to remember what I do for movie scores. I want to say I think I give it a 1 out of 10. So I'm like right in the middle. I'm thinking I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. I'm giving the Batman a 5 out of 10. And I'm for comic book characters, I would say I'm like trying to think of, like, I've always been a big big Batman fan. That was probably the first superhero movie I ever saw was the original Tim Burton, Michael Keaton Batman. Like I watched that one a lot. Batman Returns, I didn't really see that one too much. I had Batman and Robin and Batman Forever. I watched those quite a bit, even though, those are regarded as the worst Batmans. Honestly, those are better than the Batman. I don't know what it was about the movie, but it was just, I think it was just that it was long and drawn out. I think if the runtime was shorter, I think it would have been a lot better. But it was just really long and boring and drawn out, and yeah. So I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. I honestly, I really hate to give it that score. I went in with so much hope. I was like, oh, this is going to be so badass. I saw some of the trailers. I didn't see a ton of them. I didn't want to be too spoiled, but it just, I don't know. It just really, really fell flat. I want to know what other people thought about in the comments. I was so disappointed with it. That's what I just wanted it to be a good Batman, and it wasn't. But I'm hoping whatever the sequel is, hopefully that is The Dark Knight. Because nobody talks about the Batman. Nobody talks about Batman Begins. Nobody says, oh, Batman Begins, that's a good one. Nobody talks about that one. They always talk about The Dark Knight. So whatever the sequel to the Batman is, hopefully that will be as good as The Dark Knight. But The Batman, in my honest opinion, doesn't even come remotely close. Like, it has a good story. Like, there's good, decent stuff, but okay, I probably shouldn't be watching this as I'm trying to do a review here, but it just, I don't know, I'm just so disappointed in it. It's like, I can't. If you're a Batman fan, I recommend you see it. I just want to know what your thoughts are, because it just, in my opinion, it could have been so much better. But it was like the beginning of his story, so I kind of understand where it wasn't that great. So I'm gonna compare it to Batman Begins. Nobody talks about that one, and I'm hoping the sequel is The Dark Knight of this new trilogy. I was going to say, Matt Reeves, I think he was the one who directed War for the Planet of the Apes, that was a good movie. That was a good one. It was a good finale to that movie trilogy, but he wrote it, he directed it, he pretty much did everything for it, but I think the biggest killer is the runtime. There was no reason for it to be 3 hours long. I'm just like sitting there, and I'm like, oh gosh, 10:23. Holy shit, that means there's another hour and a half left, and I'm like, honestly, you could end it like right now. And there's a whole other hour and a half to go, and you're like, oh gosh, what time is it? Oh shit, 11:20. You're like, God, I still think there's like another half hour to go. You're like, oh, this could have ended already. Come on. So, just like this video, I'm going to end it here. But let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. If you think 5 out of 10 is too low, I think I can't. And I'm a big Batman fan. I love Batman. Like I said, that he was my first superhero, and I don't think I saw any other superhero movies until probably Spider-Man in 2002. So that's why I guess those are my two favorite superheroes, Spider-Man and Batman, just because those are the two movies I watched. Batman, Spider-Man. So, anyways, yeah, let me know down in the comments. My honest opinion, 5 out of 10. I really wanted to rate it higher. I really wanted to enjoy it. It was good, but it could have been better, and that's why I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. So let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. Go ahead and smash that like button. I rambled on too long. I probably said a lot of the same shit over and over again. But it's time for bed. What the hell time is it now? I don't even know what time it is because my watch is it's 12:40. Time for bed. So, I'm going to smoke a little here real quick, and then I'm going to hit the hay. But, yeah, 5 out of 10 for the Batman. If you're a fan of the Batman, see it. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. If you're not a fan of the Batman, probably I don't recommend you see it then, because you're going to be like, Oh, actually, I'm going to end it here real quick. There is some stuff you do learn, and every Batman story kind of changes stuff up with the history of the Waynes, and like this one said that Martha Wayne was actually Martha Arkham, and she was crazy, and Thomas Wayne had Falcone kill somebody, and then Falcone had them killed, and so it's like in some stories there's like this Joe Cool guy. So Batman's story has always been kind of convoluted too. So, anyways, but that's where I'm gonna end it, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe. Later, peace.